Welcome back to World Crisis Radio. Webster Tarpley in Washington, D.C. Let me just correct, I got this wrong. It's not Governor Abercrombie who said that there was no birth certificate for Obama, but an unnamed informant of Corsi, and this was part of Corsi's interview with Alex Jones on his radio program. Keep up with Tarpley.net, Tarpley.net. You can get all the books there, Obama the Postmodern Coup. You need that one. You need... obviously, the larger picture is in Barack H. Obama, the Unauthorized Biography. That's got the entire story and raises this interesting question of postmodern fascism and what this looks like. And you've also got the latest article on U.S.-Pakistan war danger. The U.S. and Pakistan near open war. The Chinese ultimatum warns Washington not to attack. That is up on Tarpley.net. You've also got from this week a number of media appearances, Alex Jones Show, the Corbett Report. Take a look. Some of those are in the media interviews section. Some of those are on the front page. This article concerning the Pakistan war danger, that's obviously very urgent. I put out a call to volunteers who have done translation work in the past to translate it. So far, we have it translated into German, into French, into Polish, into Czech, into Italian, and we believe we will have it in Russian fairly soon. But others in those languages, we have take a look. Go to Tarpley.net. Take a look at the list of languages on the left column, and if you've received a request, please do answer me whether you can do it or not. If you can't do it, I understand perfectly, but then I can put out the call maybe next week to try to get it done in those languages. But we are committed to putting this out in the principal languages of the world so that it can spread even further. So keep in touch with me on that. We want to spread the word of the fact of this Chinese ultimatum, right? The Chinese ultimatum to the U.S., any attack on Pakistan will be treated as an attack on China. That ultimatum, I believe, thanks to my article, which is, I think it's up on 60 to 70,000 websites around the world, starting with some of the larger ones in Pakistan. That is now broken through in the, I guess, the right-wing blogosphere in the U.S., places like Hot Air, which is a right-wing, perhaps reactionary site. They've talked about now the existence of this ultimatum, which I think the U.S. media were trying very hard to hide. So back to the euro. What do we do about this? Greece, Portugal, Ireland, Spain, Italy, Belgium in bankruptcy, under attack, whatever it is, and creeping into Germany, right? And not that anybody thinks that Germany escapes this. They do not. 4 federal states of Germany, 4 Bundesländer, Bremen, Berlin, Schleswig-Holstein, and Saarland. And those are not the poorest, needless to say. Those are not the poorest in Germany. But they're also approaching bankruptcy. So this is a depression. Treat it as a depression, not specifically a crisis of the euro, except to the degree that the U.S.-British speculative attack using credit default swaps comes in and makes it appear for the moment as a crisis of the euro. It's really more a crisis of the dollar than the euro. Now, what are you going to do about it? Well, as I've said before, you break up the euro. A chaotic breakup of the euro is a catastrophe, and that is what is being proposed. The Anglo-Americans are attacking the euro, and I hear voices saying, let's capitulate, let's surrender, let's run for cover, let's skedaddle, let's run away from that fight. Let's let the Anglo-Americans break up the euro in absolute chaos. And then we know the scenario. Suppose you go back to the drachma. What will happen to the drachma? The drachma will be driven down to the center of the earth by speculation, by credit default swaps. The Greeks will then get what? They will get hyperinflation. That'll be nice for a while as the debts are more or less destroyed, but most of what they owe is, of course, denominated in other currencies anyway. What they've borrowed in euros. So you're talking about hyperinflationary depression. You're talking about an austerity that will be done, in this case, through the collapse of the of the currency that will cause genocide in Greece. So go back to the drachma, you get genocide in Greece. Nice stuff. How about the other countries that might be doing somewhat better? How about, the Dutch florin? How about the D-mark? I guess it comes down to this. How about the German mark? What's going to happen to them? Well, as Helmut Schmidt and anybody with a brain have said, and you can see, the same speculators that will drive the drachma down to the center of the earth will drive the German mark up into interstellar, intergalactic space. You will have a deflation beyond your wildest dreams. If you owe 10 euros on your credit card, you will be working 3 lifetimes to pay that back after this deflation, after this upvaluation of the German mark. One of the byproducts of this, the German exports, which have been doing reasonably well lately, although let's not kid ourselves, unemployment remains very high in Germany and the economy is depressed. Don't kid yourself. But if you let the D-mark go up like that, then all the export markets, carefully cultivated, will be lost. German exports will be shut out of the world. Now, therefore, what you have to understand is something has changed since the euro was inaugurated, right? The euro going back about 10 years now. Since the euro came on the scene, we have this little matter of a world economic depression, a breakdown crisis of the entire world economic system, a catastrophic collapse, and a breakdown of essentially the world economy as a whole, because it's as a whole. It's not a regional phenomenon at all. It invests the dollar or disinvests the dollar, as well as Europe, as well as Japan, and then it rolls on to other places. And if you think that the German economy is healthy, look at the German unemployment statistics and look at these very, very high levels of unemployment. And this, by the way, this goes for Europe in general. In the EU 27, the entire European Union, 23 million unemployed. In the Euro 17, 16 million unemployed. So it's about 10% officially across Europe. So Spain, 21% jobless, Lithuania, 17%, Latvia, 17%. Those are the ones that are worse off. So there's a depression. And the problem is, even if you did have the drachma, even if you did have the D-mark, you would then, in order to survive, have to fight speculation. Smash speculation. This is the point. No matter what monetary arrangement you have, speculators and hedge funds will try to attack it. So why not defend a line with a fairly powerful currency, or what could be a powerful currency with a significant economic base, rather than trying to do it at the level of Luxembourg and Liechtenstein and these small countries that will never be able to stand up to J.P. Morgan Chase. Back in a minute.